Oh, why does it look so cloudy like that? I don't know, we'll run with it. Good morning. How are you? Hello and welcome if you're watching this on the playback. This is our first live here on the Sparkle Mapping channel. My name's Michelle. I do beauty, lifestyle, skincare, mental health, all these different lifestyle like videos here on my channel. I've been doing this for a little over 8 years. It's crazy to think about that. Good morning. If you're watching this in the morning or if you're here with me live. Let's see here. If I can make sure that this is working. Can you hear me okay? I'm just like clicking buttons at this point. Good morning, everyone. I hope this is working properly. Someone leave a comment over here and let me know. Let me see. Here we go. I have a couple of things I want to talk about. I have some like bullet points, and then I kind of want to open up the floor to any questions and things like that. Pretty much an open book. I don't mind answering whatever you are pondering. So I'm just going to wait to get a couple more people in here. Oh, I'm clicking things. There we go. Let's see if I can get it pulled up over here. Sorry to keep you waiting. I want to make sure that this is working properly. Oh, creepy. I could hear myself. There we go. This is cool. It's my first time doing something like this, so let's see if this works. And I want to be able to read your comments as we're like going through. Good morning, Olivia. I'm so glad you were able to make it. Okay, so that worked. Yay. Go me. We're going to figure it out together. I know a lot of other YouTubers do this more regularly, so I just got to kind of get the hang of it. So bear with me with this first timers. The first thing I kind of want to chat about is how are you doing? Like, hi, mom. The past 2 weeks, we realized it's been like 2.5 weeks that this whole like coronavirus mayhem has been going on. Like, how are you doing? Like, just mental health, food. Like, are you all stocked up? Are you good? Are you leaving the house? Are you like staying home? Yay! Yes, this is my first live here on YouTube. I've done lives on like Facebook and in our like private um, chat group on Facebook, but not here on YouTube. Oh yeah, you're not too far from me at all. After all of this craziness, we'll have to meet up for some coffee or something like that. Can you hear me okay? Because I put the iPods, these little ear things that Anthony got me for Christmas in, and I thought it would be a better sound than the computer, I assume. I don't know. We're just kind of playing. Well, yeah, I know it's crazy out by you guys for sure. Here, there's still stores open. Like I want to say most of the ones in the strip malls out here are closed, like Justice or Maurice's or Bed Bath Beyond, Bath and Body Works, stuff like that that we have like in plazas are all closed. But it does sound good. Okay, good. And and like Kohl's is closed, but there's a couple other little shops that I just, I have to go to the post office to drop stuff off. We'll get to that in a moment, but I drive by these plazas and there's just tons of people in the stores that are open, and I'm like, "What are you doing? Go home." And they're not even food stores, like that's the difference. So Amanda said she woke up not feeling good. Well, I hope you feel better as like the day go, like you kind of get up and moving and going and stuff like that. Yeah, it's nuts that there's so many stores still open. And I mean, like, are they just not taking it serious? Like, is there something we're missing? Like, see, that's gotta be kind of comfortable doing like classes from home. That's probably like in your pajamas. Did you see the meme? Or I don't know if it's called a meme, but like it was a little video chat on Instagram. Logan showed it to me last night, and it was a screenshot of like what do they call it? The Zoom. and it was a professor and then like all of the students in the little boxes. And one of them, he thought his camera was off, but it was on. Like it came back on for whatever reason, and he's naked and he's like walking around his living room, and I mean like butt ass naked. It was like the funny. I had to rewatch it like 3 times. I mean, you have to find the little moments of joy in your life right now, okay? And because when he noticed, he was like freaking out. Nikki, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm currently, I don't know if what you would call what I'm going through is laid off, but our clinic is closed. I work at a spa, and we've been closed for this past week. This week we're in right now, and then they just emailed us yesterday and said that next week they're going to be closed too. Which, yay for being home, being safe. I feel like they're taking our safety seriously because I mean, I'm working on people. Like I'm a foot away from their face, checking it out. Like they're breathing on me, I'm breathing on them. You know, even with masks or anything, there's still that I'm in your bubble. I'm definitely in your bubble, and I'm glad that they're taking that seriously. As you can see, this pile of stuff back here is what I've been doing this past week. Is just decluttering. I'm not a person to just like sit and watch Netflix. Maybe at the end of the night, Logan and I have been watching Vikings together, but we'll watch like an episode or two, and then we both like have to like get up and do something or go to bed or whatever. And I don't know. I'm just not a person to relax or chill. I'm trying to be better about that. I have been doing some morning meditations where I just sit in my room with my little area over here, and I put my little eye mask on, and I just totally disconnect and start my day off with a guided meditation, and it has really, 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 really helped. So let's see what everybody's saying over here. I missed a couple of them. Yeah, I'm really surprised we don't have a stay-home order here either, because you see all these other cities that are having this large influx of it being spread. I think it was Seattle I saw this morning is having like their hospitals are getting overloaded, and they didn't shut down soon enough. Whereas the other cities that did shut down are like doing a little bit better. Like it's kind of like trickling in at a slow pace. So I hope, Doug Juicy, where are you at? We got to close down a couple more things, and that's just my personal opinion, you know, let's just bump it out and get it over with, because summer's coming. I want to have fun. Like, come on, I want to enjoy being outside. I mean, we are like being outside in our backyard and stuff, but we're afraid to like go to the park because I'm afraid the kids are going to like touch something, and it just gets me paranoid. You know, I've been dealing with some anxiety and panic disorder stuff, which I've been doing so good. Just little like bookmark there. I've been taking my medication. I've been doing my meditations. Being home helps. Anytime I've had to leave, like I do go to the post office. Again, look at, but every time I leave, I kind of have a moment of like, and then I have to be like, no, I'm fine. Oh my gosh, I'm losing earbuds and stuff here. I'm getting too passionate over here. Can you still hear me? I'm getting too excited. You're eating cheese and grapes right now? That sounds delightful. Where's your wine? No, it's too early for wine. Is it though? We're all home. I'm sorry, your internet's going in and out. I have clocks too, and sometimes they're supposed to be like the best, and I don't know about that. What am I using for guided meditation? I'll put it in the description box when this live ends. I'll send you, or like I'll put the link. I personally listen to it on Spotify. It is called Mindful in Minutes, and her name is Kelly. I don't remember her last name, but she has the creamiest, like most relaxing voice. Like it's not a whisper where you're feeling like creeped out, and it's not ASMR. She's just so relaxing. She's by trade a yoga instructor, and she created a podcast that is 10-minute meditations. It doesn't have to be done in the morning. She has ones of all different categories: before bed, stressed out, self-love. I like the chakra rebalancing, and I'm not one that practices it in a religious way or anything like that. I don't know if that's the right way to put that, so don't quote me. This is live. So, but I feel different going through the ones where she's giving you a visualization practice. I really like those ones. So remind me, and if not, DM me on Instagram. But I will definitely try to remember to put it in the description box after this goes live, or like after. Yeah, you guys are home. You're close to my mom. My mom's in New York. Dang, that's crazy. 15 ASU students? That is wild. Were they on the Florida beach though? I have to giggle because what did they think was going to happen? All of these people on spring break, they're all young and they feel like they're invincible. I mean, we felt that way too. Let's face it. Like, I remember driving down to the Jersey Shore when I was 17, 18, 19 and being like, let's have fun. Germs. I don't know about germs. So, ooh, Swiss cheese. I like lacy Swiss, delicate Swiss. But yeah, so back to what I was saying. This stuff over here is everything I've been decluttering because Logan and one of his good friends decided on Saturday that they were going to rip out our master closet. And by rip out, I mean like I had to take all of my stuff out. I brought it in here, kind of laid it out in piles, and just started going through it and purging everything. So I've posted a lot of those items. I'm getting there. It takes a long time to make individual posts, but I have all of it up on my Mercari account. That's another thing. I'll put the link in the description box because it has like a referral link. I'm not like getting paid or anything, but I think I earn a credit if you sign up through my link, something like that. And you get $10 to shop. So you could use that $10 that you get for signing up towards one of my items and it doesn't affect me. I think it comes through Mercari. And I'm trying to mail out things as quickly as possible, but not every single day. Like I'm trying to make like a bulk run like every 2 to 3 days to the post office. And luckily with those types of apps, they take a little percentage because of course they have the platform for us to post stuff for sale, which you could post stuff for sale too. Everybody could do it. But they provide shipping labels. So I bought this little food scale because I want to be all like, I didn't want to be like screwing myself out of shipping or somebody else out there. Like I wanted it to be as pretty accurate as possible. And yeah, I lost my track of mind, my mind, whatever that's called, my thought track. But yeah, so we've been shipping out lots of things through purchases. Thank you so much. If you are one that has made a purchase, not only does it support me, it supports my family, this channel, our wedding planning. Should we talk about that? Freaking wedding planning, man. I can't complain too much. Hey, good morning, Grace. How are you? I can't complain. I feel like I'm breathing a lot. I'm like all excited. Um, I can't complain too much about the wedding planning because luckily we have been engaged since last December, not this past December, the one before that. And it gave me us a lot of time to like go through vendors, and we already have our photographer, videographer, all that stuff. The only thing we hadn't figured out was the stuff for me, like the dress and hair and makeup and all that. Hair and makeup we could figure out, or if anything, I just do it myself. But the dress, I mean, our wedding's in September and I don't have a dress. And I procrastinated because I wanted to lose weight. I procrastinated because I want to make sure I had the money for it. I I know it planning right now for weddings is insane. And I can't, I have to almost like remind, sorry, I want to get so you can hear me. I can't complain too much because our wedding is still what, 6 months away? Let's do math. April, May, June, July, August. 5 months away. 5 months away. So I'm not going to be able to order a dress. But it will give us 5 months to get through all of this germs and things like that. September in Arizona. Yeah, we'll be up north for the wedding. So it'll be a little more temperate, but yeah, it'll be beautiful. I just hope things clear up and it doesn't get worse. I hope just not just for my sake, but like the world in general. Like I don't like the idea of people being hurt or sick out there. It's yeah, it bothers me. I know. So the wedding dress thing is stressing me out because we went the week before, actually the Wednesday that we found out about that NBA player that was sick. I was up in Prescott trying on dresses that week. And we drove home. It was a crazy rainstorm. I remember that. I will never forget that. It was like the kind where you can't see a foot in front of you. And I was like, I can't even see the lines on the road. I have no idea. And if you know Arizona, driving on the 17 between Prescott and Phoenix is absolutely terrifying on a sunny day, at least for me. So driving in like a torrential rainstorm was horrific. But anyways, to dress shopping, not that it wasn't successful. There was definitely some things I put on and I felt pretty and I felt like, okay, this is fitting me, this is suiting my body, but nothing was like, this is it. And I want to feel that this is it. So I've spent an enormous amount of time this past week while taking a break from sorting all of the stuff I have accumulated. I'm a bit of a hoarder, I admit. But I've taken breaks to go through like different websites and different designers and trying to find and pick and part different dresses and see like I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna end up having to buy something off the rack. Sorry, my nose itches now. Probably because I'm thinking about it. I already took my allergy pill, did my neti pot. I have crazy allergies. Sloshman09 has a question and says, who drives more, you or Logan? Logan. I don't drive too terribly far for work, number one, and I drive myself, obviously. But when we're like together and we're going somewhere, Logan will drive. Only if he's been drinking do I drive because I'm not like a big drinker. I'll have a glass of margarita here or there, but if I know he's gonna have a fun night, I won't type of thing. Like I'm totally okay having fun and then not having a beverage. But yeah, he's definitely my personal chauffeur. Yeah. Yeah, the rain, I just like the kids were silent in the car, and that's how you know that like they were kind of like, "Ooh, don't mess with mom." Not that I was like yelling at them or afraid or anything. I was just concentrating, and they could tell that it was a serious moment. Rain. We don't get rain out here a lot, guys. I know I grew up in the rain, but we don't get a lot of it out here. So it's almost like a weird phenomena that goes on. Let's see. Did I miss anything else over here? You know what I was thinking about the wedding dress thing? I'm all over the place. Bear with me. I wonder if I could contact a company, whether it be YouTubiness or as just a consumer in general, and be like, hey, like, would you be willing if I even purchase like a couple of different dresses, or like, are you able to send them out? I can try them on here and in my home, and then send back the ones that I don't like or that don't fit, or I don't know. Is that a thing? I don't know. I know they do that for bridesmaids dresses. Yeah, because we had an appointment at two different bridal salons this past Saturday, like a couple days ago, but we had to cancel all of them, or most of them got canceled because they're closed. So I'm nervous about not finding my dress. I mean, it's not what the day is about. I totally, totally get that. But every girl, well, maybe not every girl, but most of us, I know I have been dreaming about my wedding day and like I have an idea of what I want my dress to look like. And it has changed over the years a little bit here or there, but for the most part, it's how I envisioned it when I was like 5. So I really, really want to find it. Shop you bought your dress at was scheduling appointments and they would open the door specifically for you. We might be able to do that, but I don't want to go alone. I'm that weirdo that's like, I need somebody to go with me. So maybe they would do that. The 2 that we had the appointments at are, like, closed, like, nobody's in the building, legit closed, so I don't know if that would work, but it's worth a try at this point. I'm pretty desperate. Yeah, that or I'll just go to Goodwill, do a couple snips, sew a little bit of here or there, and make my own little dress. The kids did buy me and Logan a sewing machine for my birthday this year, so yeah, maybe I can make my own. I am sitting here for the next 2 weeks. I keep myself busy though. I gotta finish the declutter and like getting everything posted on Mercari. But then I have some content I want to put up. So that is something else I wanted to talk about was videos you can expect coming up from me. And I would love to hear any of your feedback on them or if you have requests or anything like that. So the first thing, let me go over to my notes here. I'm just looking down at my little tablet. Oops, sorry, I forgot to put that on silent. Who's messaging me? It was a reminder. Nobody messages me. Oh, okay. So something I've been wanting to film, and I'm planning, like once I get the declutter done, I'll be like clear-minded to be able to focus on it, is a self-care video. I have some products that I've been using, kind of like I mentioned, the meditation stuff that goes along with that, these little pillows and eye masks, different things that have just brought joy to my life, or they're not always physical objects. Sometimes it's a practice, sometimes it's just a mindset. But I wanted to share those tips and tricks of how I've been working hand in hand with my, my medication and like practices. I haven't been able to meet with a counselor in a good while, and she finally called and they closed their clinic down just because of the mayhem right now. So I'll have to wait a couple weeks to go meet with her. But I've been doing pretty good otherwise. Like I said, I'm only getting weird when I like initially leave the house, but then I usually like can tell myself I'm fine, I'm safe. I picture like a little bubble around me, like in Cinderella, when the fairy godmother was like, do 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 do, and she like gives Cinderella her blue dress, yeah. That's what I picture, like going around my body, and I'm like, sparkles, I'm fine, I'm safe. Does Amazon sell wedding dresses? Maybe, maybe that might be a good idea. How's the jewelry making going? Thank you so much for asking. Actually, funny story. I went to Joann's right before the mayhem hit, right? And like, I can't believe all the things that it's almost like the universe sent out like this little beacon, because I went to a couple different stores and stocked up on things like our normal stuff before all this went down. And I was like, creepy. Oh, anyway, so I went to Joann's and I bought it's called what is it called, souffle sculpty clay, and it's supposed to be a lighter weight type of clay that you can turn into jewelry, so it doesn't feel like it's like weighing your ears down or necklaces or rings or anything like that. So I'm hoping in the next few days to sit and do some crafting and make some more jewelry, thinking about posting it on either my Facebook page or my original like Sparkle Me Pink boutique page. I don't know. We're gonna kind of fill it out. Sophia and I have been toying with the idea. Hi, Lisa. Back and forth of starting like a little boutique or like a DIY. I don't think boutique, isn't that when people like resell stuff that other people made? I don't know. I kind of want like an Etsy shop, but not on Etsy. If that makes sense. Sorry, allergies again. I'm not sick. And you're not going to get it through the computer. That's the beauty of this. Hey, Rose, we were just talking about the anxiety stuff. I'm doing great. I don't know, great, but good. I'm doing really good. Doing some practices throughout my day and just kind of like just reminding myself that if I get sick, I get sick. And that's kind of like how I got through my thyroid stuff, was like, well, shit, this is going on. What are we going to do about it? I try not to dwell on, I guess, what's happening and what could go wrong and what if this happens, what if that happens. And it's weird how with that kind of stuff, I'm able to compartmentalize it and like process it. But then everyday stuff like was stressing me out and giving me anxiety. Very weird. I have to remember that practice of like, okay, I'm feeling this way. Like when I start to feel the tingle and it comes up into my jaw and it feels tight into my neck, like my panic attacks and like that brain burn up here, that, okay, this is how I'm feeling. Fuck it. Like this is how it's gonna be. So hi, Austin. Just reading some of your comments. So very sorry. Slow reader over here. I should probably read a book or something. That would be nice. Get outside, get a little bit of sun, safe sun, a little SPF, but a little bit of sun is okay. The medication I'm on is sertraline, Zoloft, essentially. Yeah, I don't mind sharing. I'm not like ashamed. I'm not afraid to share that. I started that in January. and I take 50 milligrams or something. I don't know. That could be like not the number. 50 is like ringing a bell, but that could be my like vitamins or so I take like 4 medications a day. Bye, Austin. Um, to keep me alive. So that was a little scary hearing that we're having a shortage of prescriptions. So I went and got a refill of all my stuff just in case. Didn't like double stock up, but enough that like if something was to happen, I'd have a little bit of time to figure it out. Because it's scary to think like, I guess if we scaled back, there's really just my levothyroxine for this that keeps me alive. But I also have to take special calcium, not like Tums calcium or over the counter calcium. It's called calcitriol. And to my understanding, it is something that goes directly into your bloodstream. Like you absorb it way faster, better, and it goes directly where it needs to go. Because I don't have anything in my body, my parathyroids that are connected in the area of your thyroid, my parathyroids that regulate your calcium in your body don't, they bowed out. They don't work. So I have no way to regulate the calcium in my body. And who freaking knew that that was so important? If I don't take my calcitriol for too many days in a row, like if I skip it, my hands start to cramp up and they won't open. My lips start to tingle and twitch and like move. My arm muscles start to, it is super creepy. It's like, ooh, twitchy and weird. Anti-thyroid medication. I haven't heard of that before. I'd be curious to chat with you a bit more about that and learn more about that. Let's see what you're saying over here. Yes, get your refills now, girl. Might as well. I mean, it might take a day or two, like, because they're definitely like CVS, Walgreens, wherever you go to get your prescriptions, they are so backlogged. Like, have patience with them for sure. Because it sucks that they have to be at work. I mean, it's like when most of us are sitting at home, but like they're lucky to have jobs at the same time. So I totally understand that aspect. But at the same time, they're being like swamped. And then people sometimes get snippy. And believe me, I heard it when I went to go pick up my prescription. I wanted to be like, dude, like, you see how many orders are coming, like, you need to give them a break, they're people too. Let's see. No, you don't have your thyroid anymore, but how often do you get blood work done for your TSH? I have to go every 3 months under active thyroid for me. Rose, I go every 6 months, I wanna say. If they change my medication, I pop in every 3 months, and she'll have me do blood work. The last time I saw her was January, and that's because I still wasn't sure if like all of my anxiety and panic stuff that was going on was either thyroid related or was it peer related or was it I had one doctor tell me, and this is why sometimes you have to get a second opinion. He told me I had what is it called? Pulmonary something syndrome of my heart. And I was that, like, gave me a whole other set of, like, anxiety, like, every time my heart would race, I'd be like, "Oh, this is it, this is where this I'm done, this is it." And then I realized when I went to my other doctors and, like, mentioned, what he hypertension, pulmonary hypertension, that's what it was. And they're like, "Michelle, you don't have that." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." But yeah, I wanna say every 6 months for sure, and every year I do a full workup, usually in May, I'll go and get the ultrasound on all the, lymph nodes and glands and stuff like that down into the neck. She kinda gets all up in here and up in my jaw, and they do, lymph node mapping with an ultrasound just to make sure nothing's looking weird or funky or anything like that. Graves' disease. I've heard of that, that's an autoimmune thing, right? You should be careful with everything going on. Oh, your thyroid's too high. Yeah, that definitely gives palpitations. And that's why I originally thought back in June when all of this anxiety stuff started that my meds were like too high for my thyroid because I was getting like weird, like palpitations type of things. Yeah, it's crazy how much the thyroid does for everything. So we lowered my medication significantly. I went from like 175 down to 150 and then down to 137. If I think it's 137 now, which is a random number. And I've gained like 20 pounds, which in the midst of trying to go wedding dress shopping and plan this stinking wedding, I feel not like me. So, and it's been difficult to stay motivated with moving. I did purchase some hand weights off of Kohl's. They should be here in the next few days because I wanted to be able to do some stuff here that wasn't just body weight exercise or just yoga. Yoga's great. Yoga's amazing, but it's not going to help me lose the weight I need to do or want to lose. And I don't need to be like stick thin. I just want to basically I just want to lose the 20 pounds that I gained since the summer. Yeah. Anytime my thyroid fluctuates, you feel it. You feel it. Sanitize the box. What box? I already forgot what we were talking. Nikki, what box? What else do I want to chat about? Let's pull up my notes here. Talked about that. Where am I at right now? I'm in, we call this the beauty room. This is my beauty space. And this is where I film my videos. If you see my background here, usually the computer's back here. Everything's a mess. Apologies, because we're decluttering. And if I didn't say so already, like the closet got redone, which is beautiful right now. I'm gonna have to show you some before and afters because like they did it in one day, number one. Because projects growing up, like with my dad and stepdad, like it would take like days, if not weeks. I can't believe they got it done in one day. And two, it looks amazing and everything's like organized and it just makes my heart so happy because I'm one of those people, and maybe is this a type A or type B personality or whatever it's called? I like things to be organized, crisp, clean, clear, but my brain doesn't naturally work that way. As you can see, like I am a clutter bug. I just naturally have stuff everywhere. But when things are simple and cleared out, I'm like, it makes me feel so much better. But yes, I am in what we call the office. This is our spare bedroom. Well, there's no bed in here anymore. There used to be a bed over here. If you've been following me for a good while, used to be a bed over here. We ended up giving that to Anthony. And then I have my workout machine over here. I would turn you, but this place is like piles. So I need to clean it up and do a tour for you guys one time. And the closet has my esthetician stuff for when I meet with like private clients and stuff like that. So let's see. Oh, the one I get from calls. Yes, I know. I'm actually, what did they say? It stays on boxes for 24 hours. So I'm going to just leave that stuff in the garage. I mean, it's not like anything that can't, needs to go in the fridge or something like that. So yeah, that'll sit in the garage for a good 24 hours. And it give me another excuse to procrastinate working out some more. Olivia, the thyroid affects so much. It regulates your body temperature, how hot or cold you feel. It regulates all of your sex hormones. And by that, I mean when you get your period, how difficult, like how strong your periods would be. When you're ovulating, it affects, like if something's wonky with your thyroid, it can throw off all of that, like girl stuff and hormones and things like that. It affects your metabolism. So that's why I mentioned how we had my meds a little bit high, my thyroid ones, and then they dropped it down thinking that that would help my anxiety, and it did not. I actually kind of want to talk to her about raising it up again. I gained weight instantly just from changing the medication, which is super depressing, but it's okay. It is what it is. I'm alive. That's all I freaking need at this point. So let's see. Oh, I meant your weight, but room is, oh, where am I at with my weight? Sorry. I read that totally wrong. I am, actually, I haven't weighed myself in a good while. I should probably should or shouldn't. I was creeping up on 185, 190. And if you've been following me for a while, when I did my Nutrisystem journey, which is still up here on YouTube and it'll playlist on there, I was 155, I want to say. And I was totally fine being that. And my body ends up like when I feel like my healthy, where I feel healthy and feel good and sexy is at like 165, 170, 170 when I'm like getting my period. 165 was where I was for like 3 or 4 years. So I know that that is like, I don't know if the right term is like happy medium or whatever. Like I wasn't too low. I mean, in a perfect world, if I could be 145, if I could wake up tomorrow and be like, magic wand, 145, let's go, I would be, and I was healthy, I would be so happy. Um, but I don't find that that's realistic for me at this moment, especially when I'm creeping up on the 190 mark. Um, it just makes you feel kind of crappy when the clothes and your like favorite outfits. And that's why going through my closet was a little bit difficult this week because I tried everything on. I was like, okay, if I haven't put this on, am I actually going to wear it? Like if I was to leave the house right now, would I put this on? And the answer was no. I'd be like, all right. So it's not that there's anything wrong with the piece. It's just not bringing me joy anymore. Totally bringing my Marie Kondo moment here. And I ended up passing, well, actually, there's like a pile, right? I don't know if you can see right here of like 12 different pairs of shorts. I'm pretty much getting rid of all of my shorts because a lot of them I couldn't even get up over my knees. And I wore them last summer. It's crazy how much the body can change so fast. So try not to be too hard on myself, but at the same time, I need to be like, don't give up on yourself, Michelle. We need to be healthy so we can live long. I had a dream last night about that I was pregnant with twins, but three came out, and I was like, okay, need to wake up from this nightmare. It was funny because in the dream, I was like, oh my gosh, we're all gonna get sick because I was thinking like Corona, being pregnant. Like I feel so awful. I feel awful for the people that are going through the wedding rescheduling. I have a friend that I made some wooden signs, custom wooden signs for her wedding, and she had to like totally cancel it and change where they were doing it, and it breaks my heart for those that are having these big beautiful moments and being robbed of it almost. And I guess you can't really think of it that way. You have to think of it as like it was meant to be how it's going to be all along. But yeah, I don't know. It's still hard to hear. Or like imagine having a baby right now. That's terrifying. You wouldn't want anyone to come over and visit you. You would have to FaceTime everyone. Yeah, what is it? What else was I lost my train of thought, so I'll just read some comments. Sorry. This happens a lot for me, like even in real life, obviously. Quarantine goals, thank you. How are my kids doing with being home? Bro, my son, which they're gonna be here in a little bit. That's why I did a 10 o'clock live. They'll probably be busting in here in a little bit, or right at the end. Anyways, my son was like born to be in self-isolation. He loves it. He's not that he's not a people person, but at the same time, he's like not. He's totally cool just hanging out with the family, being just on his own by himself, making his own little sandwiches, getting up, getting ready, and all that. He's totally fine just being home. Totally a homebody. And I'm like, you're so funny. And he'll play his video games. Then he'll be like, oh, I need to take a break. And I'm like, okay. And then he'll go and play a computer video game. And I'm like, is that really a break? Let's go outside and like blow some bubbles or play with chalk. We are gonna do I got them a set of chalk. I did like a Target pickup a couple days ago where you just like they bring stuff out to your car. And I got like a whole set of like bubbles and chalk. And I was like, we're gonna have a bubble war. Got them like little bubble guns, stuff that I never would have bought, but because we're here, I'm like, okay, I need all the gimmicky stuff to keep them busy and outside. Let's get some fresh air. Sophia, on the other hand, she's a little bit difficult. Not that she wants to leave the house, but like she enjoys being out. So the other day, we have like these beach blankety type of things, and she put it out on the yard and had her big hat. And because she shade baits, she doesn't like the sun. She doesn't ever want to, she hates the sun. She wears her SPF. So proud of her. It makes me so happy. and she was outside, with her tablet and, like, reading stuff, so and they both are total TikTok kids. I've been trying to get them off of that because I know there's not a ton of appropriate things on there, so I try to, like, look over their shoulder every once in a while and be like, "Hey, let's try that," and I try to, like, dance with them, and I'm horrible, so yeah, it's really bad. Maybe I think I have a TikTok, I don't know. I think they set up a TikTok on my phone, but I don't really understand it. Basically, what do they call those? Those little 30-minute the thing that shut down. Vine. They're basically vines. Let's get caught up in some of the comments over here. Can you hear me? Okay, that's why I keep moving my hair back. I want to make sure it's not making weird sounds. How did they discover that I had a problem with my thyroid originally? It was the year after I had Sophia, and I still felt like crap. Like right after you have the baby and you just feel so drained and tired and kind of depressed and just like strung out and exhausted. I still felt like that a year later. And I was like, man, I didn't feel like this with Anthony. Like maybe something's wrong. Maybe like I'm just not like mentally healthy. Like what is going on? So I went to my general practitioner. They did like a head to toe little checkup and they were feeling around my neck and they could feel like a little nodule right here, or like a bump. And I was like, oh, I guess I just never realized it. I mean, does anybody really look at their neck if they I didn't even know what a thyroid was. Just being honest, I didn't even know. I was like, "Oh, okay." And they sent me to a surgeon. And I went to the surgeon and they're like, "Oh, you should just like take it out." And I was like, "I don't even know what's wrong. Like what even is a thyroid?" So I went back to my general practitioner. They asked me, or I asked them to send me to like a doctor that specialized in it, which is an endocrinologist. And I had never seen one before. So I drove all the way out to Scottsdale to meet with an endocrinologist, not realizing there was actually some on my side of town. And he was great. He did biopsies. He made me feel more comfortable. He checked all my levels. He is the one that told me I was pre diabetic, though, at the time, which I'm not. So I don't know what that was all about. I was on Januvia, I was on all these different medications, but I just trusted him. And now in hindsight, I'm like, I'm glad I got off of that stuff because I don't need it. Like I've lived on just fine without them. But he is the one that made me aware that like, hey, it's not cancerous at this time. Everything's coming back negative, but you do need to monitor it. And then it kind of went from there. Yeah, imagine having three babies at once. That would be insane. I don't know if I could do that. Maybe 2. I would be cool with having twins. It would be even cool if it was, like, boy and a girl, like, totally bump out our next little set of munchkins right there. But, yeah, I'm glad I'm not pregnant right now. That's for sure. Your kids are so bored. My kids have yet to come to me and be like, "I'm so bored," unless I have an electronic timeout. That's what we call it here, where I take their tablets, their phones, I take the remotes, I take the controllers to the PS4. I take it all and I like hide it in a box in my room. And I'm like, okay, you're an electronic timeout for the next 2 hour or whatever it is. They're really annoying that it's like 3 hours. Like I will put the hammer down, right? And I'll have our Alexa, I'll whisper it so she doesn't hear me, our echo thing. And I'll be like, okay, set a timer for such and such time and tell the kids they can have their stuff back. So we kind of make it a game. And once I pull them away from the electronics, it's funny how they complain for like 5 minutes and then they find something else to do. We've been building Legos a lot. Like I said, they've been outside. We got a bunch of yard games, which is weird. Logan ordered a ton of different yard games right before all of this went down. Like we didn't order it because we knew we were going to be here. We ordered it because we were like, hey, it's about time we had a couple of things to play around outside together as a family. One of them is this set of dice guy. I don't know how to say that properly. But they're wooden and they're this big. Oh, I wish I had them in here. They're so cool. And you can play Yahtzee. You can play Sparkle with them. It's so fun. And it came with like a little whiteboard and you have to mark it off. and you just throw them out into the grass. And we were playing that the other day. That was a blast. We got it off of Amazon, so I'll see if I remember to leave a link. I say see because I have the worst memory ever, in the description box after this video goes live. So we're about 44 minutes in. Hopefully I haven't bored your ears off for this. I feel like I've been talking a lot. But that's the whole point, right? I don't know. Weird. Got my hands. What do I do with my hands? Sorry. Oh, crack myself up. Yeah, if I can pull like Olivia's saying, like if I can pull the kids away from the electronics and almost like force them to do something either together or outside, they're fine. I do want to take this time to teach Sophia how to ride a bike. She is so adamant that she does not need to learn how to ride. Like I bought her a bike for Christmas 3 years ago. And she's ridden it maybe twice with training wheels. And I'm like, we need to take the training wheels off. Like, you're 9. I think it's about time that you learn. Like, she just does not want to. But she also didn't want to learn how to swim. And I got her those swim lessons and she absolutely loves it. So sometimes I feel like she just needs that like push. Oh, that's okay, Grace. No worries. We'll have to do another one of these. This is a lot of fun. Thank you, Miss Roche. Let's see, what else do I want to chat about? Talked about that. We talked about the wedding stuff. Oh, videos that are coming up. So I talked about the self-care. I wanted to like maybe like a facial at home type of thing. Maybe we do a live. I don't know. I sorted out a lot of my skincare. It's down over here. I'm looking at it. We got a bunch of Derma E and Pixie for our drugstore stuff. And then I have more clinical lines like my PCA, my Obagi, my Jan Marie, all of that over here. So it's like high and low end type of stuff. And I was thinking about filming a at-home facial, like how to give yourself a facial at home, especially because we're not meeting with estheticians right now. So I thought that would be really educational and fun. My Ipsy box, my Ipsy bag, I just wanted to like touch base. My Plus box hasn't mailed. Let's see if the shipping's updated. It says that it's shipping via FedEx. And I was like, okay, I've never gotten a Ipsy from FedEx before. But when I click, hold on, let's go. It's trying to get me to customize my box. It won't even let me check the shipping anymore. USOB. Let me go to my FedEx app. Maybe it's on there. Because I like tried to save it on my account or whatever. Nope, it still says pending. I feel like I'm not going to get my Plus box. I was really excited about the contents of it too. Kind of a bummer. Oh, but yeah, the rep was like, when I messaged her and was like, hey, I haven't got my Plus box, not trying to be annoying, but like, do you know when it's going to arrive? Like I film videos on it. I mean, I buy them. Like I just have a normal subscription just like you guys. And she's like, oh yeah, it's shipped out. Your tracking number just isn't updating. Well, that was over a week ago. Where's it at? Okay, Nikki, a facial at home using easy products to find would be awesome. So I would be using things from Pixie and Derma E, not only because that's what I have, but from the drugstore products that are available that I'm aware of right now. Those are the 2 brands that I trust the most. They're typically the cleanest. They have the higher-ish quality, efficacious ingredients. Like if you need to create the change in your skin, you need to be using clinical products. Just the fact of the matter. That's just the way it is. If you just need some maintenance and just want a simple skincare routine that isn't going to break the bank, you'll be totally fine with using things like Derma E and Pixie. But they're not going, like, it's just being real. I have not seen the change in my skin with drugstore products the way that I have with clinical. And as you know, I deal with acne. For some reason this week, I have like little clogged pores, little bumps all up on my nose. So I'm wondering, and I've been like switching up my products because I'm home. So obviously something's not working for me, if I'm not mistaken. And thank you for those that gave this video a thumbs up. That really does help me a lot. It helps kind of promote it here, kind of chatting back and forth and asking questions and sharing tips and tricks and things like that. But yeah, I'm open to answering questions if you have any questions. Let's see. Yeah, my freaking Ipsy bag better arrived. I could show you what came in my Ipsy. What did I do with it? Gosh, this place is a mess. And I hate when it's like this. What did I do with it? Oh, you know what I did get? I ordered a box from Ulta, again, like literally right before all the. I like that it sounds like it doesn't have any junk in it. It's plant-based. I mean, there's lots of nail polishes out there like Zoya and stuff like that that don't have, that are like 7 free or 11, whatever, something free. But this is drugstore, so everybody has access to this. I thought that was kind of cool. I was influenced by Emily Gemma, I think that's it. On Instagram, she was using this Beauty Blender InstaClean waterless sponge and brush cleaner. So I got that. And then I saw Maybelline had this new eyeliner. And you know I don't like felt tips. I like brush tips. I love, it was just right here because I was going to use it this one and then didn't. The Front of the Line Pro from The Rock, but this one here is the Physicians Formula Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting. It's like a lash boosting serum and eyeliner, but it has a brush tip. That one's my holy grail. I've repurchased that upteen amount of times, but this one has the brush tips, so it says. So we're gonna try that out. I got some more skin stuff. Where is? If you were in, oh, here it is. I was looking right at it. So while I have you, and I'm waiting for Rose's question to come through. I don't know. Hopefully I'm still here. I don't know. I'll show you my Ipsy bag real quick. I'll still do a video when it comes through, but my Ipsy Plus box when it gets here, I'll still do a video, but figured why not share this while I have you. So bag, it's okay. Sophia will like this color. She's totally into like teals and mints and greens and stuff like that. And then, ooh, Pacifica Wild Hemp Infused Eyeshadow. I've used it a couple times. It's just not colors that I like. These are really shimmery. These ones here and here. And then we have two matte-ish, satinish kind of finishes. It's fine. It worked fine. It wasn't anything like if I ran out of it, I wouldn't repurchase it type of thing. And then there was the Blackhead O2 Bubble Pore Pack Pore Ritual. I don't know. There's a lot of words on here. I think it's a mask for blackheads. I have not tried that yet. This was cool. This is what I chose for my box. It's the Tatcha Water Cream Moisturizer, just because everyone and their mom talks about how amazing that is. And then I think this is some sort of concealer brush. I haven't tried it yet, but it has a really good shape to it. Could definitely use this to do some detailing work if I have a blemish or something. Mascara, which this seemed to have some fibers in it, so I did like that. That is from the brand Sugar. Never heard of them. And then I got an Ofra bronzer, but it has a little bit of a sheen to it. It kind of makes me think of a butter bronzer, but butter bronzers are way more superior. Let's see. I feel like no matter what I use, I never feel like my moisturizer will sink in. I feel like it always just lays on top. Also, then after a couple hours, I'm super oily, even if you use a gel moisturizer. And then you get high shine and a tacky face. Okay, so I kind of talked about this in my cleansing video. So if you watch that or rewatch that, I think it's like 3/4 of the way into the video because I remember mentioning this. So I will have clients come to me just like you did and say, Michelle, I am putting moisturizer on and my skin is still dry and I'm still getting crazy oily. Like, what is going on? We are not exfoliating properly. That's basically what it comes down to. And we have to find out what your skin will react best to. And I can kind of lay out a couple of different ideas that if you were a client of mine, what I would suggest. But think of it as your dry skin, even if you're not flaky dry or anything like that. Oh, bye, Nikki. No worries. We will have to do this again. How fun. Thank you so much for being here. So think of that top layer of dead, dry skin as this waxy occlusive barrier. So when you're putting product on, It is not getting through and seeping through to that healthy tissue, giving you that glow, that hydration, that plump, vibrant look. So we need to get rid of that dry skin, whether that be through use of a retinol every other day in the evening or every 3 days, depending on if you're new to using a retinol. Retinols go in and they break up the bottom layers of the dead skin. And then you would go in the morning, use some sort of glycolic or lactic acid treatment or like cleanser or mask or something like that, and they would dust it away. Retinols go in and break it up. Glycolics and lactics and different acids work on the top layers to get them out. So we need to find solutions. Those are the ones with the grit. They just aren't my favorite. But that could be the reason why it's not sinking in. It feels like it's sitting just on top and you're still getting shiny because your skin's not getting the nutrients and the hydration that it needs. So it's overproducing oils. So you are out of whack with your balance. So much. I don't know what that means. I hope you found this fun, helpful, a way to kind of disconnect from what is going on in this outside crazy world we have going on right now. I would totally be up for doing this again soon, maybe next week. Do we want to do it next week? Are we cool with that? If we decide to do this moving forward when I get back to work, hopefully sooner than later, I could totally do a video consultation, Rose. Totally getting sidebarred here, but yeah, DM me or find me on Instagram if you haven't already. Maybe while we are all at home, we could do this once a week or a couple times a week. I don't know. You'll let me know when you want to hang out. But yeah, once I get back to work, hopefully sooner than later, I would have to move this to like a Thursday or Friday. Those are my days off, is the Thursday and Friday when the kids are at school. So I kind of have the house to myself during those times. Quiet for this whole time. I'm so proud of them. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. This was a lot of fun. I know I said that already, but this just made my day. This is a great way to start the day. Okay, yes, just message me on there. We'll chat some more about getting like a personal consultation going. That'd be cool. Then I could give you like product suggestions and things like that from there. But all right, I'm gonna bump off here before it kicks me off here in a minute. And yeah, thank you again so much for being here. Videos coming very, very, very shortly. I have a spring try on haul that's coming out. Lots of Target, adorable, comfy, of course, goodies. I also did a dress, like more like pulled together type of video. So that'll be coming out shortly. That's taken me a long time to edit those. There's a lot of footage. That's why I ended up separating it into like casual and dressy videos because it was way too long. I think it's going to me off here in a minute. But what else was I saying? Hopefully my Ipsy bag shows up at some point so I can film that. FabFitFun's already up. Go check that out. Self-care and facials should be going up here. I'm hoping to film them soon. So I don't know when they'll go up, but I'm hoping to film them this week. And check out my Mercari for my online yard sale, I guess we'll call it. I have lots of amazing goodies on there. I'll put everything that I talked about in the links in the description box down below. And yeah, I look forward to chatting with you next week. Bye.